Welcome, RoundTable family, to another jam-packed episode of the Sports Roundtable Trio Edition. I'm your host, Rowdy, as always, joined by my co-hosts, Little Bro Coop and Big Boy. How are we doing, boys?
Good.
Doing good, man. Just got off of a full belly crawfish. It's that time of year, man. Shout out my boy Bill and Jakey. It's been good, man.
Crawfish is expensive this year, man.
I was excited about this pod, man. I was excited about this pod. I'm ready.
Good.
Yeah,
it's good, man.
It's a crazy week too.
Listen, enjoying spring break.
Enjoying spring break here at home, you know.
Yeah, well, that's what I was about to say. The lighting you have is way better than you usually have.
You like it?
That Lubbock lighting, sometimes the rats start running.
It's a little rocky up there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, we got a jam-packed one. Obviously, free agency officially has started, even though things started going.
Did it?
Huh?
I didn't know free agency started.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? The Cowboys, they haven't. Oh no, they got a deep snapper and a linebacker. That's right.
No, the Cowboys were just waiting. They were the only team following the rules. They didn't do any of the pre.
We don't do the tampering.
Pre stuff. They didn't start signing dudes before you could actually even talk to them. So,
but Jerry does. That's just what they've been doing. We'll get into it.
We'll get into it. We got Coop staying or leaving. He's got two teams for us tonight. I'm sure one team will have a lot to talk about as well. And then I meant to talk about it last week and just completely went over it. I know it's a little old news, but we can still talk about it. And it's Manning opting out of the game, right? It was a really big thing the first couple of days. Obviously, now you don't hear shit about it. Shocker. But I still wanted to get all of everyone's thoughts on the air because we forgot to talk about that last week. So we'll get to that here in a little bit. We got games of the weekend. Basketball's here, right? The March Madness starts next Wednesday. Is the first 4 in, I believe, games. And then Thursday is the round of 64. The big boys. The girls start.
Their selection Sunday is Sunday too,
yes.
I think. Both of them.
I think they start earlier in the week, I want to say. But most of their conference championships over. Guys, conference championships are going to be this weekend, so we're going to talk about that. And baseball, big conference weekend, especially down in SEC country. You got A&M at Florida this weekend, 2 top dogs, and then South Carolina at Ole Miss, massive one. Big Boy will cover who the Horns got and figuring out the 40, of course, and then another big one, TCU coming off of a very rough series against Kansas last weekend, and now they're bouncing back against OU, who just swept UCF on the weekend. So it's a very interesting early time in the college baseball world, but it's heating up. It should be a pretty good season there. And don't forget to tune in later. It's going to be a separate video, our roundtable chat this week with Coach Creek. Big Boy's rocking all the gear over there. So tune in.
What is this, right?
Oh, yeah.
Liberty Hill, baby.
So tune into that later with him in a different segment. But, man, let's get into it. Free agency, massive time.
What a week. What a week, boys.
I mean,
Eagles and Texans, man.
My Texans, can I just shout out my freaking Houston Texans, man?
Go ahead.
They're doing it. They are doing it. They got obviously a big pickup in the backfield, and Joe Mixon. I saw it was a 3-year deal.
That's what they only trade. They only had to trade a 7th round pick for him too.
Yeah, we'll take him, and we still got Pierce to back him up. That's a backfield. I already talked about that offense last week, but they got Hunter, the edge rusher. He's a good pickup from the Vikings. That defense is going to be good. They got Jeff Okudah to help with the corner situation. Watch out for my Houston Texans, man. They're going.
Talented guy. Old Jeff at Ohio State. We'll see if he can turn it around out there. But
you have him and Stingley, man. Come on.
Yeah, we'll see. He's been a little bit of a letdown, but we'll see what he can do. We're kind of running through it real quick. I got a little list pulled up.
Yeah, give us a list of all the players.
Top little teams. In the AFC East side, you got the Buffalo Bills.
They did good too.
Their probably biggest signing would probably be, besides Mitchell Trubisky, would probably be Curtis Samuel, like the wide receiver. They got him for a 3-year deal, $30 million. And then they got some help on the O line. Got them Dion Dawkins, big offensive tackle, 3 years, $60.5 million. So that was big for them. Got a couple defensive guys, and then Dolphins. We know Big Boy's second favorite team. They lost a shit ton, and they tried to sign a lot back. No, nothing really too big. Jordan
Poyer.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest 1-year deal. Nothing other than that, nothing else really stands out. Jordan Brooks, 3-year, $30 million contract linebacker. Patriots, man, they're gonna struggle this year.
They got a receiver, didn't they?
They re-signed Jalen Reagor, which they already had him. They re-signed Hunter Henry, re-signed Kendrick Bourne. They signed Antonio Gibson, running back. So that's the one. And then they got Jacoby Brissett at the quarterback helm. I guess it'll be him.
Come back, yeah.
Brissett, and what's the other quarterback's name?
Bailey Kippy or
Bailey
Zappy.
Yeah. So those will be the two dudes up there.
Well, I think Jacoby got that. He should.
I hope so. And then the Jets, finally signed him a backup quarterback, Tyrod Taylor. Not a bad option, 2-year deal, $18 million.
Still making money, man. Good for Tyrod.
Yeah. It's insane. And then obviously a big one is the Ravens, right? Obviously Derrick Henry, massive signing for them. That everyone's interested in what that running game is going to really look like now. 2-year deal, $16 million. He came out today and said that he wanted to go to the Cowboys pretty much, and he never even heard from him once, not once.
They don't have enough money to pay for him.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have enough money.
I mean,
they're gonna have to do something with Dak. They're gonna have to do something with CD. They're gonna have to do something with Micah.
Boy? I mean, I'm gonna get to it in a second, but are they gonna ever spend any money?
Not that. I think they're gonna spend money on re-signing. I think they're gonna get some guys, and we'll talk about it. Off the scraps that are left, and then, but Jerry does that. He hasn't been big in free agency, just like last year during the season. I mean, if they could have made a couple moves, they could have really, I think, made a bigger move in the playoffs. I think their window is closing very quick.
Last year was the year.
Yeah. And
no, I think, I mean, like I said, we'll talk about it, but my thing, like those three, like they know they have to re-sign those 3 dudes, but like, where else is the rest of the money at? Like, I just don't see like dudes who are taking up that salary cap that like deserve. Like, no one stands out to me. Like, they're letting the
Lawrence, they paid good.
And then the offensive tackle, but he's gone. Like, they're not even keeping him. So we'll see. But sticking on to it, the Browns got Jameis Winston. They just love their troubled quarterbacks over there.
Hey, man. Jameis, I like Jameis, man.
1-year deal. Acquired Jerry Jeudy from the trade. We'll see if he can get a little change of scenery. Jordan Hicks, Big Boy's favorite guy over there.
It's the Cowboys. Why don't we go get him? But we got a guy that,
Yep. And then obviously Steelers, Russell Wilson, big news. I don't know if we've talked about that. Patrick Queen, massive as well, 3-year, $41 million deal for the Steelers. Mike Tomlin just keeps chugging away, man.
I've read some things on that Queen, man. A lot of people are hating on that, saying that the only reason he was good was because of Roquan and all that. I don't agree with that, man. And I think the Steelers, honestly, that's the best pickup of the free agency, was getting Russell for $1.2 million. You can't, 1.8, whatever it was, for nothing. So that's good on them.
I mean, I think Queen could be dangerous. I mean, the Steelers' defense.
I like Queen. Yeah.
No, and their defense is already good. Obviously, TJ and get him kind of paired up in that front box with TJ a little bit. I mean,
Cam Hayward. I mean,
yeah. Oh yeah, no, they got some dudes. I mean, that's fine. They still win even though they haven't had a quarterback. But and then another team, skipping over to the AFC South, obviously Coop already mentioned it. Joe Mixon got his new deal. Re-signed Dalton Schultz to a 3-year deal. They thought he was going to be walking. That's what it was looking like, at least to the Patriots. Was able to keep him.
That's big.
Obviously, Hunter, 2-year, $49 million deal, massive for them. 4 DBs they signed, either to a 2-year or 1-year deal. Re-signed the kicker, old Fairburn, for a 3-year.
And the best punter in the league, baby.
$15.9 million over there for old kicker.
Yeah,
I mean,
and then go to the best punter. Go ahead.
What a nice thing. Yeah, and then they signed the Chiefs punter, right?
Best punter in the league. There you go. Listen, boys, I'm telling y'all. I am telling y'all. Y'all better watch out. It's going to be, Ravens Texans AFC Championship.
This next team right here in the AFC South making some moves too. The Colts. They got old Joe Flacco.
Joey Flacco.
Genius by them, right? They're going to let Anthony Richardson get the start, but injury-prone dude. Who knows how he's going to come back?
The Texans know how to beat Joe Flacco in the playoffs, so we're not worried about that. Continue.
Well, and then they signed Micah Pittman, 3 years, $70 million deal. At first, it wasn't going to be a franchise tag, but they ended up paying him, and then a lot of defense, which is what they needed. Jags, Gabe Davis, 3-year, $39 million. Not bad. Feel like all these wide receivers were like 3-year deals for all these top dudes. Devin Duvernay, obviously, going to the Jags now too. I think that was a 2-year deal, if I remember right. So massive for them. And then they got the Eric Armstead, 3-year, $51 million deal that everyone thought that the Texans were going to be a shoe-in for him. But I guess Jags paid it up. Tony Pollard, Calvin Ridley going to the Titans. Could be interesting over there if Will Levis can figure it out. Because did Ryan Tannehill walk or no? Or she still?
I don't know. I guess he's still there.
I haven't heard his name at all. I hadn't heard Joe Flacco's name until whenever he finally signed. I was like, "Where's this? Why has no one been trying to sign him?"
Yeah.
I don't know where Ryan's at.
Interesting. Well, pulling up this Denver Broncos list, literally the first 5 names are every single one on here. Lil Jordan, Malcolm Roach, Brandon Jones, PJ Locke. Stearns was obviously there already. So, yeah, crazy for them. And then Chiefs pretty much re-signed their 3 biggest defensive guys, you could probably say. Chris Jones, Snead, massive for him at corner. Who else?
The white linebacker.
Tranquil.
Yeah.
Yeah, he re-signed. Christian Wilkins to the Raiders. Massive 4-year.
That's who I wanted, man.
110 million. 4 years.
Yeah, but they might have overpaid for him. But
him and Max are going to be problems. They're going to cause some problems on that D line.
Gardner Minshew.
Yeah. They got Gardner too, 2-year deal.
Is he going to take you to the Super Bowl? I don't know, but I like Gardner. Oh hippie.
Yeah. Gardner's old Harbaugh got him 2 tight ends. Will Dissly 3-year deal. Gus Edwards, old Ravens running back, 2-year deal. Dropped Mike Williams' salary finally. Got rid of him. We'll see where he goes. He isn't snagged on
the Texans, baby. Add one more receiver for the Texans. Come on.
No, you don't.
Bro, one more vet. No. We got the young talent.
If he took a deal.
Yeah, I know. He wants too much money.
His salary is way too big.
He had a good season last year. Yeah, I think he was.
Yeah, but he's coming off an injury though. So
he had a lot of catches last year.
Yeah, he did.
He's like top 3.
Then going over to the Eagles, obviously Saquon jumping sides in that division over there, going to Philly.
Gardner Johnson's back. The cornerback.
Yep. They signed Devin White, who last couple of years had been pretty good over in
That's big, man. That would have been a nice pickup.
Only a 1-year deal, $7.5 million. Was kind of we'll see what happens there.
About what we paid for the linebacker from Minnesota.
50 years old.
He can install the defense. I guess that's what they're thinking. So
yeah. Then Commanders, Austin Eckler over there now. Zach Ertz, Bobby Wagner. That's going to be weird seeing that over there now, too. Last division, we got the Bears.
Wait, hold on. Go back. Sorry. Go back to the Commanders. So they're going to have Brian Robinson and Eckler?
Yeah.
Or is Brian gone?
No, he's still there.
So they're going to go, wow, that's a backfield right there.
Did they get another receiver too?
It doesn't show on this list according to NFL's list. They signed Marcus Mariota.
Yeah.
Zach Ertz. Those were the
Zach Ertz. Maybe that's who I was thinking.
A lot of defensive guys on here.
Yeah.
Bears, DeAndre Swift, 3-year, $24 million. Gerald Everett, tight end, big one for them. They re-signed their corner, Jalen Jennings. Got Jonathan Owens over there as well. What's her name? I just lost her name. What's Jonathan Owens' girlfriend? Jonathan Owens.
Simone Biles?
Biles, yeah. Got them over there now. Lions, really nothing too crazy, really just defensive guys, some corners. Packers dropped Aaron Jones, re-signed AJ Dillon today,
and that's who I thought the reports were they're going to get him for cheap, like $4 million, and we were going to get somebody in the draft. Nope. That ain't happening.
No, he's going back to be the number 2 again. Now that they got Josh Jacobs as well, and Aaron Jones stays in the division and goes to. There's a lot of staying in the division.
Yeah,
a lot. Aaron Jones going over to Minnesota now, 1 year, $7 million deal. Sam Darnold, who knows what they're going to – obviously they lost Kirk Cousins to the Falcons. Who knows what they're going to do at quarterback
I think
now.
Minnesota is on this way.
Where are they – and I mean, obviously quarterback, what are they going to do with Justin?
They're going to trade
when
him.
Justin goes to the Bengals with Joe. Imagine.
That would be crazy.
And I don't know. And then
the Texans.
Yeah.
I don't know what those numbers look
It'd
like.
be somebody who'd have to need to get have a lot of money over the cap because
no. Falcons, Kirk Cousins, 4-year, $180 million. His agent.
What do you think about that?
I saw obviously they were getting a lot of shit because they pretty much didn't want to pay Lamar Jackson the same thing last year.
Well, yeah, I have this. They didn't want to pay Lamar $200 million over 4 years, but they're going to pay 36-year-old Achilles tear Kirk Cousins $180 million.
I think I would have rather got Justin Fields and worked and just had all those young guys come up together, man.
And I don't have a problem with Kirk. I really don't.
I do. I think he's overrated.
But I mean, he does what a quarterback like. He does. He's the game manager. You know what I'm saying?
For $180 million, though.
Exactly. It's an expensive game manager. That's what I'm saying.
I personally, I think, I don't know.
I don't think it's $180 million, but I don't think he's a bad quarterback at all. I think.
How much is the guarantee? It's like 150. It's a lot.
100 guaranteed, $50 million signing bonus. And they also signed a 2-year deal wide receiver Ray McLeod. They signed Darnell Mooney, 3-year deal, $39 million, and then they acquired Rondale Moore today in a trade with the Cardinals in exchange for Ritter.
Yeah.
So they've been stat. They got the weapons. So I'm sure draft wise they're going to be heavy defense over there in Atlanta. Maybe quarterback, obviously,
because their offensive line is pretty good, right?
Yeah. No, they're we'll see. And then Panthers. I mean,
They made some moves.
Yeah, I mean, they've signed 2 big offensive guards. They got 5-year, $100 million deal, 4-year, $53 million deal.
Yeah, they paid a lot for that guard.
Yeah, they did get Deontay Johnson, trying to get another weapon for Bryce Young. See if they can maybe draft one too. The Saints ain't really done much at all. Re-signed Tyrann Mathieu, 2-year deal, and then 2 linebackers. Yeah. Bucks, we've already kind of talked about them. No one new.
Where is Michael? The one that got hurt.
Thomas?
Yeah.
Who?
Did they let him go?
I
Mike
think
Thomas?
so. Yeah.
Yeah.
He got cut for he got popped for heads, I'm pretty sure.
So he's still out there though.
No, he just got cut like 2 days ago.
No, but he's still out in free agency.
Oh
though.
yeah,
Pick him up.
Yeah.
And what, they suspended for what, 4 games?
I don't know if the suspensions come out. I think they just like it was literally like 2 days ago.
I don't know. That'd be worth a flyer, man. He's made his money. He stole money from them for about 5 years.
Oh yeah. And then probably the last big one. You could probably say the Seahawks. That was I don't know if y'all saw that trade today. Again, Sam Howell to come be the backup for Geno. Not a bad one. Re-signed Noah Fant as well. I'll be interested to see what old Mike Dixon's contract will be whenever his time comes. Punter over there.
He's good. He'll get it. He'll get top punter money.
Yeah. No, I think it'll be interesting. You know, and it's not even close to being over. I mean, free agent, there's a long way to go, and the wide receiver market, there's still a lot of dudes out there. It's been slow because of they're all saying just because how heavy the draft is, and the opposite with the running backs, right?
Well, this is when the Cowboys start making their moves. We're getting these scraps, and we're going to see what we can get. You know, we're going to build a
Just wait.
team
We'll
like
talk
the
about
bad
Cowboys.
news Bears.
We'll talk about the Cowboys.
Bad news
I
Bears.
think the only chance
Cowboys have a whole segment
they
designated.
have it. Well, let's just start it right now. We'll do your staying or leaving. We'll start with the Cowboys.
Okay.
Before you do that, I think they got a chance. They just got to hit on the draft, man. They need to have a draft year like the Lions.
But you got to hit in like 5 positions.
That's what I was about to say.
Lions
They
had
have to
last year,
figure
but-
that out.
Look,
It's not just a position that they need. It's
The Lions were able to do it last year. They did it. I mean, they hit on like 4 positions in need this past draft. So I mean, it's possible. It's just can Jerry Jones draft the right one?
They've been good in the draft. I mean, but does that mean that it's going to make them contenders? I mean, I think this is when you put it all out. You should have put it all out there and said, we're going for broke. Because if it doesn't work, your head coach is on a 1 year, your defensive coordinator is on a 1 year. Dak hasn't been extended or anything yet. So I don't know what they're thinking about that. It makes sense if he is, but are they? I mean, you got CD, you got Micah. So, I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
One of those things where you pay it now and hope to win it and then pay for it, like a credit card. We'll see what happens in 2 years.
Credit card.
Yeah.
Coop, hit us with it. Staying or leaving?
Well, my staying or leaving is going to the NFC East. We're talking about it. The Cowboys. That's the first one I did. First
I gotta
off,
stand up real quick. Got to.
Back
what's wrong with
hurting?
you, old man?
Back's killing me today, boys.
Oh, you're a freaking old man. All right. We're going to go Cowboys. First off, one of the worst free agencies.
But they never do big free agencies.
Okay, but right now, one of the worst free agencies in the league.
You're just going to hate, so bring the hate on.
All main wide receivers are going to stay. They're going to find a way to pay CD. He's one of the best receivers in the league. They're going to pay him, okay? Wide receiver room, you're good, okay? Here's the issue.
What about Gallup?
What about Gallup? I don't count him. I mean, whatever.
You have one wide receiver, and that's CD.
Yeah, aren't they throwing Gallup to the curb?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they need to get another one.
When I looked at it,
they got Brandon Cooks.
Yeah, when I looked, I thought I saw that they were all staying, so I didn't hear.
Right now he is.
Yeah, I think Gallup's gone.
Okay. They still on the roster. They haven't moved him yet, but that's
So my thing wasn't okay. I was just making sure because what I saw, they were all pretty much staying. So
as of now.
Okay. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is the backfield. Right now, the Dallas Cowboys starting running back is Deuce Vaughn, the 5 whatever foot. I love Deuce, but he's just not going to get it done. Okay.
Well, he's also the only running back, right?
He's the only
Well,
one.
they have a fullback.
Yeah.
So so he's the only running back.
Yeah, just put CD in the backfield. Come on.
Yeah. Obviously, Tony Pollard's gone. Tony went down 1.3 yards per, like his average went down 1.3 yards on his yards
Real
per
quick,
carry.
big boy. Do you like the Cowboys not re-signing Tony or not even trying to?
I get it. I think he was really still recovering, and I think what he did at the end of the season, he kind of showed that burst again. But I mean, I get it, you know.
Yeah.
But the thing is what he got $8 million a year. So if that's what he was looking for, I don't think he's worth $8 million a year.
Yeah.
So
I think the biggest one personally they should have went is Zach Moss.
They had him for 4 and he
4.
they didn't. So but that's the thing. We're talking about Zach Moss, okay, but we're talking about Zach Moss. Like, as far as running backs, is he top 20? Maybe.
Tony Pollard?
Maybe 20.
To me, they're the same level, but you could have got Zach Moss for about $4 million less.
Yeah, I mean, and obviously, like you want a star top 10 running back, but like you said, they just one, they don't have the money, and 2, I don't think they want to give the money to a running back like that, obviously, or else they would have done it.
I believe in running back by committee now, unless it is like Henry. To me, Derrick Henry's worth it. You know, there's certain Saquon, if he's healthy, he's worth it. You know, stuff like that. But we get a couple, 2 or 3 retreads, and I think that can fill that position. I'm more worried about defensive tackle and linebacker and offensive line. Like, those are what, to me, wins the game.
Right, and that's fine, and they can pick those up in the draft, but what do you say they do for the running back situation? Because you can't have Deuce Vaughn back there.
They're
You know what I'm saying? Like,
they'll find somebody. I mean, again, I think if you get 3 or 4 running backs all at $2 million a year, like, somebody's going to perform. I just think that's kind of the running back market, unless it's somebody like Henry or top 5 backs.
I think they're just going to draft 2 of them.
I think they'll draft at least 1. They just have a lot of places to get.
They're definitely drafting 1, and they're going to have to draft 1 sooner than they want to, I think.
I think they
second
have to go
round
earlier.
No, that's what I'm saying is, like, I mean, look, like the top 2 are probably going to be Blake Corum and Brooks, right? Yeah. Like, those are probably the 2 prize jewels of the running back class in the draft. And you have to, obviously not a first rounder. Like, neither of those dudes are going to go in the first round, but it's the hard part of being a GM is, like, do you use the second round pick on it, or you think they're going to still be there for you in the 3rd? Like, you're going to try to wait until the 3rd and try to use that pick on them, and then be shit out of luck if both of them are taken before, and you're like, damn, we should have just taken 1 in the 2nd. That's the hard thing, because you kind of have to stretch. They're going to have to stretch more than maybe what they should be taken at, possibly. And that's where the draft gets interesting and ties start changing, because teams stretch for picks because they need it, and who knows if they would be the next round.
Yeah, I think for them, first round they have to go offensive line. They keep talking about the kid from Oklahoma, the guy Guyton. Yeah. And from what I saw, I like him. He's big. He's mean. I don't mind that. But
that's fine first round. But I have them either going to get Corum or Brooks. And in the 2nd, I think they got to go and fill that position, and so that's what I have on here. Either that or try to find a cheap free agent. So
that's what I mean. I think there's
still a couple dudes out there.
Hell, I'd go get Adrian Peterson, paying $600,000, whatever league minimum is. There you go. You give us. He'll run through a wall right now, man. From what they say, man, he might need it. So
yeah, we'll see. But flipping over to the rivals, the team that's not hurting in the backfield now, the Philadelphia Eagles. they still got 2 top wide receivers under contract, and AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. Obviously, Julio Jones is a free agent. He was a mid-season guy anyway. You know, he's 35 years old. He's old. So, but with Brown and Smith, they're a great wide receiver duo. I think Philly needs to find one more, you know, maybe one more fast receiver to you know, make it a great elite wide receiver room. So top running backs under contract is Kenneth Gainwell, and then obviously DeAndre Swift is gone, and then the big one, Saquon Barkley back there, man. Saquon and Jalen back there.
I just want to stay healthy, man.
Yeah, if
we'll
he stays healthy. Fun fact about that backfield can squat a total of 1,200 pounds.
Yeah.
Think about the tush pushes that's going to cause, man. Come on.
Jason Kelsey's not there.
Yeah, I was about to say, Jason Kelsey was the brains behind that, but still, 1,200 pounds squatting in the backfield combined. Woo! Woo!
Yeah, I mean, going back to the Cowboys real quick. I got their picks pulled up. First round, obviously 24th. Second round, third round, no fourth round because they traded that for Trey Lance last year. And then they got a fifth and a sixth because those are their comps or their comp picks they got based on their free agent activity from a year ago. Who knows what it's going to be? They may get some good comp picks next year if the free agency stays like this. But fifth, sixth, and 2 7th, so they got 7 total picks at the moment. But that's a long wait from the third to fifth if they don't move up. That's the thing. Is like you would not. I mean, it's tough. And I'm not one in the situation. That's for sure.
Yeah,
that's not all in to me. You know, don't tell us that you're going to go all in. You're going to do all that if you're going to get, you know, free agents off the scrap heap and wait till the third day to actually do something. Don't do that. Like man, I've told y'all. Like I'm hip to it now. Like I'm not. Everyone has been saying it, and I've been that with blinders. No, but it's true. It's just Jerry doesn't care if they're 8-8, like it's good because they're talking about us, and my yacht's still good. My business is still worth $10 billion. You know, my team, like it doesn't matter. Like don't.
Yeah, I mean
he's not interested in winning, bro. Like it's not that anymore. So
and it's like who was it? Was it Dalton Schultz that said in an interview? He's like, yeah, it's like a zoo over there.
He said we're lifting weights and they're doing they're doing tours like while we're lifting weights. Like, come on, man.
That's bad.
Well, I mean, hey, businessman, great. You know, he did something for what $200 million and turn it to $10 billion. Good for you, Jerry. You got yachts, you got everything, but
it's not a Super Bowl.
It's time.
He has 3 of them. So
recently,
it's time.
Got 3.
It's time to stick to just the business side of things at the end of the day now. And
well, the business is making money, and that's what business is, and he does a great job at that. So
that's why I'm saying he should just stick to that side of things now and let hand over.
They've done a lot better as far as building teams from like the ground up and not, you know, but it's not, don't tell me that you're going all in and this is all in. Like, don't say that, man. Cause it's not, you know, and I get it. They're always in contention for the NFC East. They're always talked about. They're, you know, it's not like they've never just been horrible. So that's cool, man. It's good for business, but it sucks as a fan because you know, like I know, like
they're not all in. Yeah, interesting.
Was that all you had? You got another?
One more point on going back to Philadelphia with Saquon staying healthy, very important because Boston Scott is a free agent and Rashad Penny is a free agent. So I think they got to get at least one of those back. To make sure that Saquon has someone backing him up because
one of them might be a Cowboy. And
One
there
of
you
them
go.
may be
There's
a
one of your running
Cowboy.
backs. I mean, like I said, I'm not as worried about the running back position because I think you can do it with multiple people.
Yeah, it's
But
a lot easier to fill the void
than a defensive tackle or a linebacker. I mean, because
it's
that's
a lot
to
easier
me,
to put a Band-Aid on it for
yeah,
a year.
yeah.
100%.
So,
Let's see.
but hey, I do want to bring up one thing that we're on the NFL before we get off. What about Aaron Rodgers being a vice president with RFK? Have y'all seen that? Like, this is something that's really starting to catch traction. Like,
Yeah, I saw
what if
that.
he just says, I'm done, I'm going to go run for vice president? Like, that's something that if he does that, man,
There's no shot.
well, there's no shot RFK is going to win if you just look at the political thing.
Yeah.
It's not going to
There's
happen.
no shot he's going to even because if he does that, he won't be able to play next
Hey,
year.
man, there's a lot more smoke coming. Like, so
There's no
and he's
shot.
putting out these tweets apologizing for some Sandy Hook thing that he said he never said. And so he's going to enter a world where you don't want to be in, man. That political world.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
Maybe after he retires, but
he may only have one more. What's his contract? Is he on
he has 2 more years, right? 2 or 3.
I think 2.
2 more years at least. At least 2 more years.
Yeah. That's maybe next presidential term after this year. Catch him in 4 years on the podium.
Interesting. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, he don't want that smoke, man. He got millions of dollars, man. Who wants that job? Who wants that job? Nobody wants that job.
No. Well, looking over, obviously big NFL. We'll keep talking about it as the weeks go on, get closer to the draft. Real quick thoughts on, I know it's, like I said, it's kind of old topic, but just final thoughts on Manning not being in the game, which I think they are leaked. It's maybe coming out July. What was that? July 21st, Coop, I think.
A date came out.
Is it July 21st?
Someone posted
I thought it was earlier than that.
I didn't know that they came out
That's
with
like
a date.
late. Why would they come out with it so late in summer?
Why is it? It doesn't matter for them.
Whatever date it is, every kid's gonna buy it.
Yeah, I know, but you would want the whole summer to play it.
Why?
They don't care about you and your little school off time.
Yeah, they should care about all the other kids, and
they don't. Why? They don't
as much when school starts.
You're gonna buy it anyways.
They don't get paid for how much they play it. They get paid once they buy it. So
I'm just saying.
Well, my opinion on it is Rod Babers, from local radio. He had a great point. He's like, this is just leverage. Because next year when he's going to be like kind of coming into being the face of the game, what does it matter when he's a backup? Like the Mannings are letting you know, like, to get this name, you're going to pay. We ain't taking this $600, $800 in a free game. We can go buy 100 games if we want.
But what does it hurt though? Like,
what does it matter though?
What happens if he has?
What does it matter?
Well, because once if
do
there's
you care what USC's backup quarterback if he's on it?
No. What happens if there's kids that are fans of him that, I want to go play with freaking Arch Manning. I'm going to put Arch in instead of Quinn. And I'm going to build Texas. I'm going to go win the national championship with Texas.
Why would you be a fan? Let me ask you this. Why would you be a fan of Arch Manning right now? Because his last name's Manning. That's the only reason.
Because he was
we don't know if the kid can play at all.
Texas almost ever. What do you mean? Not just because
we don't know if he can play at all.
Joe Schmo. His name could be Joe Schmo, but he's the best quarterback Texas has ever got.
Well, he's not actually. If you look at the recruiting classes, he's not at the numbers. Well, is it because his name is Manning? If his name was Joe Schmo, you wouldn't give a fuck.
And as someone who plays video games, you would want to do that.
I'm sorry you can't play with him.
What is it hurting him from being in a freaking game?
What does it hurt you?
And his excuse was, let me sign. I'm focused on football. How hard is it to send? How hard is that? But I'm focusing on football. You can't focus on football and sign your name.
No, it's leverage. That's what he said to make it sound good. It's for whatever. Next year you're going to pay me $1 million. That's what it is.
They won't. They'll pay him the same amount as
everyone crazy. Else. You're crazy.
They'll pay him the same amount as everyone else.
Well, then he won't be on the game.
Well, then he's a fucking idiot.
Well, that's what you think. And if you think that, let me tell you something. If you think that Quinn Ewers is making only $600, you're crazy. If you think that top, no, they're not. They've already even said that. Listen, they've already even said some players will get more than that. They already said that. This ain't fucking a defensive tackle from Nebraska. Bro, what are you talking about?
And shit. They have to do their commercials and promotions.
Yeah, with commercials, but
and who's going to be the first one they want on that commercial next year?
The game. That's fine,
100%.
and he can. Why can't he do it? Being it 2 years in a row with him on the face.
You're gonna pay me because you're gonna pay me.
That's stupid. That's stupid.
It's just stupid to you because you can't play with them. That's the only reason it's stupid to you.
And there's kids that want to. I know there's Texas fans out there that are like they're a fan of Arch Manning and they want to play with Arch Manning.
Why are they a fan of Arch Manning?
Because he's good.
Because his last name's Manning.
No, because he was a 5-star recruit and he's one of the biggest.
So was Quinn. Quinn had a higher grade coming out of high school than him.
Yeah, but he didn't come straight to Texas. He was at Ohio State.
Oh, you think that matters?
Yes.
He never played it. He played 2 downs for Ohio State, bro. Listen, dude, you're just mad because he's not on the game. And you can't put him in over you.
I'm mad because there's no reason for him not to be.
Yes, there is. There's a financial reason. There's a reason the Mannings do everything. There's a calculated reasons for everything. You think those guys are stupid, bro? They're not.
That's fine.
Well,
but he's
my
still
only
gonna get
thing
paid.
is
he's gonna get paid. Like
$600. What?
No, not. I'm not talking about this year. Even the next year's.
Yeah, he's letting them know you're gonna pay me for real. I'm not playing this game.
I don't think that's. Well, I don't.
They
think
have plenty of money.
About getting paid for
why is money like?
I don't think it's that. Because my thing is like. He's the only big name that's not doing it at the end of the day. Like all the other big names in the whole.
I don't know that. I don't know who else is. If what other backups do you care about? What other backups do you care if they're on the game or not? What if they didn't? Would you even know? None of them.
Depends who they are.
None of them.
Depends who they are.
Yeah, whatever. You're crazy.
My thing is you can. I mean, there's going to be a number 16 on the roster. You can go in and edit his name to make it.
What's making people? What's keeping people from creating a player and
then do it?
You don't have to. You don't even have to create
do
it. There's going to be a number 16 on the roster. Just on the roster, it's going to say player number 16 instead of player.
Back in the day when Jordan didn't do a games, and you couldn't even get 23 on the Bulls. He'd be like player 0.
Yeah, no, it'd be player 16. Probably be, and who knows what the.
I just don't know why people are so butthurt about a backup quarterback, bro.
There's gonna be updates that people make. They make the rosters. I guarantee you, they'll put freaking Arch Manning in there. So what's the difference?
Okay, he's a backup quarterback.
Okay.
So what's the deal? Use Quinn and play your little game.
That's fine, but
I just think it's so funny that people actually care about this.
No, I think he just wants to just be like a standout and just wants to be different. Like, why do you want to be different?
I think it's the total opposite. I think actually he's like, yeah, exactly. It's not. So why is everybody tripping? What does it matter? He's a backup
because
quarterback.
You're getting a free video game out of it, and you're going to be in a game.
He probably don't even play video games.
Yes, he does.
He probably worried about ball.
No, he ain't.
How do you know? I don't know. Not every kid plays video games, bro.
That's fine. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, like, if you don't want to be in the game because you're focused on football, like, how hard is it?
No, he's saying because you're gonna pay me, EA.
Okay, then he should have said that, but he didn't. He said to focus on football. You can't press a button and be focused on football. Like, come on. To me, it's him wanting to stand out and be different and be Manning and all this stuff. It really,
I think y'all tripping over a backup quarterback, dog. I think it's funny as hell.
There's people out there that are fans of him
then don't buy the game. You ain't played the game in 15 years, and guess what? Don't play it now. If that really is the backbreaker.
I'm not saying they're not going to play the game. I'm just saying
his overall is probably going to be pretty dog shit anyways.
Yeah.
That's fine. But I'm just saying It just seems to me that he just wanted that attention and like
It just seems to me guys like you want to play with him, and now I can't because he won't sign to the game, and I'm mad because I can't play with Archie Manning.
I think the reason
Play
I don't
with
think the
play
reason
with the starter.
money,
How about that? Play with the starter.
I think the reason I don't think it's money. I think it's because he wants people to play
with Quinn.
Texas team is this year. I think that's his reason. I
think it's money, but
I think it's that. Like he knows if he's
that's a good teammate.
He knows if he's in the game, it's going to be a thing all year. That how people are subbing him in, and because it's going to make it's going to be famous on TikTok. It's going to get views of people putting in.
Well, not TikTok. TikTok not going to be around anymore.
Maybe, but with him, like people subbing Quinn out, putting Arch Manning in, and going to win a national championship with Arch Manning with Quinn on the bench, like that's that's going to be that would have been a thing, 100%.
It's still going to be a thing. They're going to find a way to get him in the game. Like people are crazy if they think that Arch Manning's not gonna if there's not gonna be a roster that you can download that Arch Manning isn't gonna be in the game. It's gonna happen. So why not just let the game developers make instead of someone else? It's gonna happen.
I could do that shit on NCAA 14 too. It doesn't
exactly.
Matter.
That's fine. So what's the difference?
Because it's not official. Everyone's got to go download it. It ain't the same shit.
Stupid.
I think it's stupid actually having this conversation about it. Who cares about a backup quarterback?
That person's face won't look like him. Like it won't look like him. So whatever. That went longer than I thought. Well, we talked about.
Well, there's some passion from these gamers. You know what I mean? And it's just ridiculous.
And Coop acts like he's good at the game anyways. He's not.
I beat you every time, brother.
God. Well,
I beat you every time.
We'll be running it up. Don't you worry. We may have to do a couple live streams.
And you know what? You can make Arch Manning, and he can play for Southwest Texas if you want. And you can name him Arch Manning, and he can be your quarterback, and then you can have him all day.
Yeah.
Hey, no.
Mike, actually.
Playing for
I might
ACU.
go win a national championship with Rutgers with Arch Manning at my
There you go. And there you go. And so you can have your Arch Manning on there.
No, we may have to live stream a couple of those because Coop gets hot. Like Coop, especially whenever I'm pounding.
He throws the remote, the controls and shit, doesn't he?
Yeah. Whenever I'm pounding Coop feels.
Which is not often. I mean, we used to have a belt that we played for. We used to have a belt, and I mean.
That's when you were like 12. I had to let you win.
You let me win, yeah. Yeah.
You shouldn't have let him win. That's the problem. That's why he acts the way he is right now.
Well, right.
That's the only way.
There's not a video game out there Kate can beat me in.
Oh, any sports video game.
No shot, buddy.
Now, Call of Duty, Fortnite, 100%. Besides that one bet we still have to do. We can talk about that off the show. We're not going to talk about that now. But, yeah. Anyways. Yeah. Basketball, massive games this weekend. March Madness. We'll have a big March Madness preview next week. Hopefully have a guest on that kind of knows what he's talking about a little bit more than us as well. Of course, baseball, we'll see what goes on this weekend. But let's throw it over to Big Boy for the figuring out the 40. Send us on out home.
All right, figuring out the 40. Well, number one is Arch Manning's not going to be on the video game, so let's just make a big deal about it. So, no, baseball. Ranked 23rd last series. They took 2 of 3 at Texas Tech, so that was good. They outscored Tech 33-22. They beat Incarnate Word on a midweek game, and now they got a weekend series at home versus Washington.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah, a little Pac-10 baseball. So. And then they have a two game series at home versus Air Force. They're 10-6 overall, 2-1 in conference. Hopefully that pitching is going to come around now that we're getting into conference play. And
Washington's 4-7-1.
It's not very good.
Not very good at all.
So hopefully they can beat the teams that they should and start playing better against the teams that are legit. So anything else on the baseball team, guys?
No, I think we'll see. The pitching was better this past weekend.
Yeah,
be a big one against subpar teams who can happen. And I was looking at Washington's schedule because whenever teams travel that far, usually like we ever had like a midweek prior to that, like around the area, or like a midweek following that's in like Texas, Oklahoma, somewhat. No, they just played Stanford this past Sunday. No midweek this week. Coming to play Texas Friday, Saturday, Sunday. No midweek the following week and play Oregon State.
Maybe it's their spring break too or something.
I don't know.
That was like their spring break trip or something. But
yeah, it's weird.
Softball, ranked number 3, heartbreaker to LSU at LSU this Tuesday, or it was Wednesday or Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Yeah, because I was watching it in class, and it was funny because when the rankings, and I was sitting at that table with OU softball player, and the rankings come out at 11:30 on Tuesdays. The game started at 11, so when the game started, it was 1 versus 3, and then the rankings came out at 11:30, and they switched the rankings live, like on the scoreboard.
Really?
So it switched from 3 versus 2. It was hilarious, but
yeah,
that was something I've never seen.
So is OU back number 1?
Yeah. It goes OU, LSU, Texas.
Yeah.
Which LSU hasn't lost the game.
Yeah.
LSU's undefeated.
And UT also lost 1 in Houston last weekend.
Yeah.
21-3. They got a series this weekend at versus BYU, and then they go to Tallahassee and play Florida State.
They play some teams in the midweek, so I'll give them that. OU doesn't play any midweek teams like that. Like they just play Tarleton State. They go up to Lubbock this weekend. Coop.
OU? Yeah, that'll be good. We got to talk about the basketball boys.
Freaking poop down their leg.
Lost in the first round. They gave up a 10-point first half lead. Max had 26. IT Horton had 14. Mitchell had 13.
Tell me Dessou's stat line for me.
9. He had 9 points, but only 22 minutes because of the fouls.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Dumb fouls too.
It came down to Hunter again. Like you saw what happened last game before when Hunter comes out and shoots the rock. This team can win without having Abe Smith or Dessou having to carry. Like, imagine if freaking IT Horton would have shot like he's had all year and didn't shoot like that last night. I mean, it would have been embarrassed. Like, they would have got their ass kicked.
Yeah.
Actually, and Mitchell, too. Usually Mitchell ain't in the double figures either. So,
the frustrating thing is these losses, like against Baylor and all that. They were up. I mean, they're up, and they go on those runs where 14-4 runs, 20. What against Baylor was like 20-2 or something like that.
Oh yeah.
These runs where they just drive to the basket. Somebody get fouled.
Go make a free throw.
Yeah.
They go 7-8 minutes without scoring a basket.
And you're not going to win, especially in the tournament. Projected 8 or 9 seed. Some people say 10, but we'll see.
9.
Yeah, it's.
I think it'll be 9 because OU's projected either 10 or not making it.
And the second round, so the second round they'll play a 1 seed, right? If they get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough to make to the second weekend.
Make it through, yeah.
Yeah, to make it through the weekend, but we'll see. I mean, the thing about them is if Max and Dessou are on fire, they can play with anybody.
Oh,
but they both have to be going, and they can't be in foul trouble and all that. And like the defense that they played against Baylor, and in the first half, like it's just what team is going to show up, and that's what Rodney. It sucks because I like Rodney, but they're just so up and down all season. It's I always thought it was just because they needed to gel together, but by this point you're either jailed or you're not. So that's kind of done. But we got the girls. Shout
out the girls, baby. The girls are always picking us up.
Yeah, they are. They are. Big 12 champs. They beat Iowa State 70-53 to win it. Pounded them.
Overall, the 2 spot.
Yeah, overall record of 30-4. They're ranked number 5, but they have a better record than Stanford, USC, and Iowa, which are all ranked in front of them. So it's possible they could get a number 1 seed. We'll see, but yeah, their record. There's only Carolina has a better record than them, which was weird to me.
Carolina, yeah.
Yeah.
So you said it was, let's see. Yeah, because Carolina hasn't lost.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Stanford,
LSU,
USC, and Iowa are in front of them.
I didn't even realize USC was ranked that high. So Iowa won the Big Ten, so they're going to be a 1 seed.
Yeah.
USC won the Pac-12. They beat Stanford. They beat Stanford in the Pac-12 championship. Smacked them.
Yeah, so that's what they're saying. They're saying it's either UT or Stanford is the
Get the
other
last-
number 1 seed.
Get the
Yeah.
last number 1 seed.
Yeah, so they could possibly, sneak in there because they have the win in the Big 12.
Yeah.
So that would be nice. They can make the run, man. I mean, they can play with anybody.
Oh, yeah.
South Carolina's good though, man. South Carolina is legit.
You just don't go 32-0.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
32.
what they did to LSU too. I can't stand Kim Mulkey, but that's a different story.
Yeah.
But so yeah, we got the girls we can root on. Like I said, I think Selection Sundays it's the same as day as the boys. So we'll see where we go with that. And that's all I got, man. Spring practice is right around the corner. Yeah, I know we had some weights and stuff. I can't wait to see some of these guys, man. Saw that video of Jonte Cook today. He's looking stout, man. He looks swole. He's like I can't wait, man. Wait to see.
Can I go to the spring game or what?
I don't know. We'll see.
Didn't you go last? Did you go last year?
No, it's on April 20th, isn't it? I think it was like the 20th or 19th. It's on.
I think you're right.
But we'll see if I can make it. Yeah, I'll definitely go to it. But
see Isaiah Bond because meatballs.
Yeah, and I'll take some pictures of your boy Manning and send them to you if you want me to.
And I'll edit him into a video game.
Yeah, you can make his face on that video game.
Yep.
Make it fun.
Yep.
Go viral, Coop.
I really think, man, no lie though, man. This is Quinn's year. Like you got 3, there's no excuses, man.
No
like,
excuse. No excuse.
You know the system. To me, this is the year Quinn needs to say, I don't care who the receivers are. I'm kidding. You know, it's.
They already said he put on 10 pounds.
Still. He's still gonna.
Yeah.
He's gonna have them.
That picture that you sent me though, with him at the beach, he didn't look as swole as you like.
They said he put on 10 though.
Yeah, I know.
And he didn't look fat. So
no, he didn't. But maybe that's the bulking season. Now this summer we can get real swole. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah.
100%.
But I'm excited, man. I want to see what they do. The only position I'm really worried about is defensive tackle. I think our defensive ends, I think we're going to be solid. I think our linebackers, I like that. I think our secondary is going to be improved. I think our receivers are going to be just as good, even though we might have 2 first-rounders. I know that's crazy to say, but tight end, we're not going to be as good. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, no.
But
we didn't use JT, in my opinion, how we should have been either. So
2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
He did good. But hey, man, what about Red coming in at 240? 5'11", 240?
I don't know what
Red is 240?
Red's 240, they say.
What?
Hey, man.
I don't know if he's just letting himself go or
no, they said it's not. They said it's that's what they were trying to do with him. So maybe like a
swoops,
use check.
I feel bad for. Yeah, I guess he could be. But even then, there's no way use check.
They're gonna go wildcat, but it's gonna be like
use check weighs 237. I think they said
swoops.
He's gonna get the ball on the goal line.
He's gonna be the wildcat goal line. Swoops.
Why wildcat? Just line him up as a fullback or a split backfield, something.
I like the red cat. I like that.
6'2", 236.
Use check is?
Yeah,
but Red ain't 6'2". Red's like 5'11".
Yeah.
I mean, he got some legs on him. That's it.
I guess if Sark and them sold him on that, and I guess he's taking it on. I mean, like this could actually get me to the league.
I've said this for years. I said he's gone. There's no way he's staying.
Because I mean, yeah. Well,
but he has, man.
He played quarterback. Like he's
horn.
athletic. He played quarterback, high school, wide receiver. So like they really could say like, hey, like you see what Shanahan's doing. Like Shanahan, he's a Texas boy. Like kind of similar offenses. Like, well, listen,
like a little H-back type. You know,
be the next Kyle Juszczyk, and we'll get you to the NFL. You'll go be Kyle Juszczyk. You'll go make sideline catches. You'll go blow people up. You'll go score some touchdowns.
He's an athlete, man.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah, he was a receiver.
Yeah, he played quarterback
2 years ago. Yeah. I mean, when he came to Texas, though, I mean, it's I don't know, man. I want to see what they do with him, man. That's exciting. Yeah. He might have 10 touchdowns. He might be the goal line back. Hey, and they were saying this on the radio, and it makes sense. You know that first and goal in the Red River shootout still haunts Sark. When they couldn't score, when Jordan got it down to the 1.
4 times from freaking what yard line were they at? Like
the 1.
Sark's going to have these dudes practicing freaking inside the 10-yard line so much this spring that they're going to come out and have a top 5 red zone offense.
If they would have been better in the red zone, they would have blown everybody out.
Oh, yeah.
It wouldn't. And see, that's the steps. Like you learn how to win, then you learn how to really win.
But I thought it was going to be better. Like we said that the whole last season about the red zone. I mean, the whole season.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If we would have been better in the red zone,
it's harder to change.
Yeah, it's hard. Hey, man,
it's hard to change your philosophy mid.
And they still made it to the Final Four. So
they did, and had a shot of winning that game. Somehow, but whatever. But there we go.
But watch out for that TikTok.
Maybe not.
Man, I have to take that one down.
China's stealing y'all's secrets. That's why I never got on it, man. Y'all better watch out for that TikTok.
They're good. We're good.
Yeah, you think that. They don't let people in the military have it, so that should tell you something.
All right. Well, I don't got nothing else unless y'all do.
That's it, man.
Next week will be a good one. We may have to study up on some March Madness stuff. We'll have our brackets. That's what we will have. We'll show you our brackets. We're going to do that this week before the show, men's and women's, just to see. We'll show you all those. So obviously Thursday night when we record, games will be going on. Friday morning comes out. Of course, games will still be going on around 64. So it's big March Madness. We'll see. Maybe we can get a little special guest on and come talk about it a little bit. Hopefully resume the roundtable chat player editions as well. So
check out the interview with Coach Creek, man. He's a Hall of Famer. Remember that. Shriner College, 100 win coach right there. Go check it out.
There you go. Like, subscribe. Appreciate you tuning in this week. Like Big Boy said, go tune over and watch that video. By the time you finish watching this one, that one's probably coming out. So yeah, go watch that one too. Get you 2 birds with 1 stone there. Other than that, we'll see you next week on the Sports Roundtable Trio Edition. What else they got to do, Big Boy?
Ring that bell.
They're ringing.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. We will see y'all next week. Until then, enjoy the weekend, sports weekend. It's my spring break now. Suck it, Coop. You go back to school, little boy.
I'm still on spring break right now. I don't know what you're talking
about. But I'm on spring break now.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of.
But you got to go work those 12 hours, so be careful.
32, big boy, 32. Thanks. All right. We will see y'all next week.
Like and sub, guys. Peace.
Table Trio Edition. Peace.